And this is where speculation meets the marketplace. In an era where writing is a battlefield, attention is currency, and belief is earned under pressure. Not every voice survives this crossing. Not every idea deserves to. What follows are modern and emerging writers working under those conditions, where ambition is tested in public and only the strongest work holds. This is not prediction. It's observation. Now we step into the present. Sophie Burnham, Sargasso, ex Romana #1, and blood-tied Sophie Burnham represents a new kind of speculative writer. One who understands that world-building today must carry both imagination and consequence. Her work doesn't escape history, it collides with it. In Sargasso, Burnham reworks alternate history not as novelty, but as pressure, asking how small divergences echo across identity, power, and belief. She writes with restraint rather than excess. Her worlds are built carefully, her stakes human, her ambition quiet but precise. Blood Tide deepens that approach, showing a writer less interested in spectacle than in how people adapt when systems shift beneath them. This is early work, but it's serious work, and that matters. Because in the current era, promise alone is cheap. What counts is structure, discipline, and the ability to sustain a vision. Sophie Burnham is one to watch, not because she's new, but because she's already building as if she intends to last. Ray Naylor, Where the Axe is Buried. Ray Naylor writes about power after the illusion has worn off. This is not future shock fiction, it's political anatomy. Set in a near future split between authoritarian immortality and algorithmic governance. Where the Axe is Buried dissects systems that no longer pretend to serve the people living inside them. Leaders don't fall in this world, they persist. Governments don't collapse cleanly, they calcify. Naylor understands institutions from the inside. His background in diplomacy shows, not in exposition, but in restraint. The novel moves like an intelligence brief. Precise, compressed, morally loaded. Technology here isn't salvation, it's inheritance. An extension of human fear, of death, of entropy, of losing control. Where earlier science fiction imagined AI as destiny, Naylor treats it as dynasty. Power reincarnated, still human, still flawed. Where the Axe is Buried doesn't ask how societies fall. It asks what they cling to while rotting. And that makes it one of the clearest political warnings to come out of speculative fiction in years. Debbie Urbanski, Portalmania. Debbie Urbanski is not arriving. She's widening the frame. She's already published once. This work isn't a restart, it's an expansion. Where her earlier writing explored extinction and empathy, Portalmania pushes outward into recursion, transition, and the unstable spaces between worlds. This isn't a collection built around spectacle. It's built around crossings. Portals here aren't just doors between places. They're moments of transformation, where identity, memory, and belief are forced to renegotiate themselves. Urbanski writes as if story itself is an interface. Language doesn't describe change, it performs it. The structure reflects that ambition. Fragments, documents, nested perspectives. Stories that echo, loop, and refuse to resolve cleanly. This is speculative fiction treating form as content. Where earlier writers warned about power, systems, and intelligence, Urbanski warns about transition. What is lost and what mutates when we step through. This isn't a breakthrough book. It's something rarer. A writer using momentum to take risk. And that's usually where the real work begins.